Hizi magari ni moto si moto, fire si fire. So welcome back to Max Gamble TV, often a leading YouTube channel that avails you the best of car offers. So today we interested in giving you details on safety features to some of these amazing and outstanding luxury vehicles. So at least 20 of luxury vehicles from the frontal face of this dealership, and then right behind this we've got other vehicles that are likewise selling from the same dealership. So my duty is just to give you brief pricing to a few of the products, though our interest is to have a discussion about the safety features that comes with these vehicles for the case of TX Prado and TZ Prado. So we've likewise got a G-Wagon over here. I've showcased the G-Wagon. So this sells for only 10 million Kenya shillings for the G-Wagon. The rest of this sells slightly below 10 million. Between 8 million to 9 million you could get one of these. So right here we've got a Mazdas. Let me just have you pricing quickly to just about a few before we proceed with the safety features that gets accompanied with this vehicle. So for the Vitz, 1.2 million would earn you that. If you've got 1.5, 1.6, you'd get a new one for here. In our previous video you noticed that we got a Volkswagen up for 600,000. so there's a new one here. If you can't afford, if you don't like the used vehicle, local used vehicle, why can't you come for the new one for 1.5 million Kenya shillings? So besides, there's 5.3 would earn you any of these Hilux. So these are good for commercials. 1.3 for a Demio. Remember, moving forward, there's high chances that the pricing to these vehicles shall be very expensive. The Serena, for instance, presently sells at 2.6 million. However, in the coming 2 months time, the pricing shall have hyped to not less than 3 million Kenya shillings. So that is by comments of July. So 1.8, you can have any of the Axis over here for 2.8 million Kenya shillings. 3.5 for the Forester. So we've got two Axios. I guess one has been sold out. Not. There's yet one more here for the hybrid foreign used vehicles from this Forester X-Brake AWD. So this is best of it comes accompanied with the best of off-road capabilities. The ground clearance to this product and the horsepower that is associated with this vehicle makes it perfect for both rugged terrains and fairer terrains. So for 1.2 you could get this. So I've given pricing to the Hilux. So remember, these are four-wheel driven vehicles, all from Japan. So they both sell for the pricing that I've just mentioned, slightly 5.3 negotiable. A Passo 1050, 1,050,000. Wing Road you could get for 1.5, 1.3 for this. Let us see what is behind here. So as we move behind towards this end, my interest is just to help you see, if you to walk you through the entire dealership. Suppose any would please you. So 2.5 would earn you any of these kinds. We've got an amazing Nissan over here, so for 50,000 for this Nissan. For the Nissan March, remember we're getting back to details on, okay, this Crown sells for 1.3, highly negotiable again. Besides, we've still got more of the Prados, and here we've got a Porsche Cayenne. So the Porsche Cayenne presently sells for 3.5 million. So if you need vehicles for commercials, we've got some here for you. So suppose you can't afford buying a vehicle in cash, you can get to deposit at least 700,000 and periodically you'll be making monthly installments to any of the vehicles here. So these are fresh from Japan. The mileage to these vehicles are just slightly above 100,000. As for the case of this, that is mileage at 110. So you know, it's preferable to have a vehicle from Japan that is slightly above 1,000, or rather 100,000 kilometers, than going for a 90-kilometer mileage vehicle. The reason is very simple. According to the QSJ requirements, so that is the quality check standards within Japan, it is required that vehicles that surpass 100 kilometer in mileage, before they are exported to Kenya, they are expected to go through intensive quality checks, that is to include change of vital qualities or other products or other spare parts to the vehicles. So given spare parts have to be changed before they are exported, unlike for the case of vehicles that are below the mileage of 100 kilometers, they could be exported directly. So let us check out. So if you have 500,000, you can have a few of units from this end. For the bongo will come for KCC 700,000 for the bongo. So let us now get back to, so there's a Harrier here, KBY slightly, okay, KBY is used, thoroughly used. I'd not wish to lie by saying it's slightly used. This is selling just about at 1.3, highly negotiable, remember, for that case. Outstanding vehicle for the Crown, Royal Saloon, the Royal Saloon price 1.3, hard to find. So let me know if you can find the Royal Saloon at any price closer to that I've mentioned. That is for a used vehicle. So let us get back to what brought us here. Let us get back to business. Okay, our interest for today is to have a quick discussion about the safety features of the Land Cruiser ZX and Land Cruiser TX. The pricing I just mentioned the pricing. So the price range between 8 to 10 million Kenyan shillings. So the best of features, I'll be describing this as I walk you through slowly as I display the product whose pricing I've just been given. So the first feature of the Land Cruiser TX, and similar to TZ, is that of the active brake assist. So the active brake assist, or the ABA, is a feature that is potentially in a position of detecting collisions, and in that respect it can automatically apply the brake if the driver does not respond in time. So that is an amazing product, of course, or rather a safety feature that the vehicle comes up with. So suppose the driver gets asleep, the ABA is often in a position of enabling the driver. Likewise to the auxiliary, remember, it likewise comes with the same feature. So the next feature that we'll be describing is the active lane keeping assist. So most know it for the ALKA, active lane. So this is a feature that comes embedded with the vehicle to basically help the vehicle to keep up with the lanes. Remember, at every other roads there are always specific lanes to follow. So the active lane keeping assist warns the drivers, and it can intervene in the vehicle unconditionally if suppose the vehicle unconditionally drifts away from the initial lane. So I've had this for 5.3 for the Hilux. There's likewise the safety feature of the blind spot assist. So specifically, I'm trying to give you reasons why you should be buying a Land Cruiser Prado TX, or rather Land Cruiser Prado TZ. So besides this is an NV150. So there's always the blind spot assist, which alerts the driver to the vehicle in adjacent lanes. It will always enable the driver to enhance the lane changing safety, such that the vehicle doesn't change lanes unexpectedly. So the next one is always the rear cross traffic alert. So that is majorly meant to help the vehicle, rather the driver, to send signals pertaining to given signals in reference to traffic. There's also a sound view system to every Prado TX. So the sound view system utilizes cameras around the vehicle to provide a bird eye view, which aids in tight maneuvers. So suppose the vehicle, or rather the driver, would wish to have a very tight maneuver within whichever the terrain, or rather whichever corridors of the road, then the sound view system will always enable the driver to effectively maneuver through. Then there's always a Mercedes-Benz, or rather, that is for the case of the vehicle. Which vehicle was that? There's always a Mercedes-Benz emergency call specifically for the, was it the Land Cruiser, not for this specific vehicle. So it comes embedded with the Mercedes-Benz emergency call. So Mercedes-Benz emergency call specifically from this vehicle is significant mainly for enhancing emergencies towards the vehicle. And besides, every other vehicle from here comes accompanied by at least 10 airbags. There's always side airbags. The headroom, for the headroom, you'll always have an airbag that comprehensively covers the dual front, side, and curtain. There's also a knee airbag. So there's always a knee airbag, head airbag, side airbags. Electronical Sustainable Program ESP is yet another feature that comes accompanied by most of the Land Cruisers. So the ESP, as it is known, is specifically meant to help in monitoring and adjustment of the braking of brakes. It enables the brake to maintain the vehicle control during challenging driving conditions. Then most importantly, there's also a trailer stability assist, which helps to control trailer sways during towing by applying the brakes that are needed. So besides, there's always advanced driving assistance systems which could come optional to the vehicles. And the first one we'll be talking about is the active distance assist. So specifically within Kenya, it is expected that every vehicle is supposed to maintain given distance. So this is with the next on board vehicle. So that is to enable the vehicles to avoid any collisions from behind. So the active distance assist enables the vehicle to keep distance between the vehicles. Besides, there's always an active steering assist, which provides steering support to help to keep with the vehicle's centeredness in specific. So active emergency stop assist is likewise a similar safety feature. The safety brings the vehicle to stop if the system detects that the driver is unresponsive in most cases. The traffic sign assist has been mentioned, which recognizes and displays road signs, including speed limits, and warns the driver that perhaps he is bridging given traffic rules. The car to X communication is as well a feature, safety feature, that comes accompanied by the vehicles. So it allows the vehicle to communicate with other vehicles and infrastructure for real-time traffic. So that is much we having pertaining to vehicle safety. So there are lots of other safety features that the vehicles, all this. As for the case of Hilux, the Hilux is in this regard accompanied by a pre-safe system, all the Hiluxes, which enables the vehicle to detect critical driving situations, and it will in most cases prepare the vehicle to adjust seats and closing windows to protect occupants in most cases, especially when the vehicle is just about to take off. The active head beam assist is similarly one of the features, two safety features. which will enable to automatically adjust the high headlight range to provide optimal illumination without blinding other drivers. So that is an amazing feature, of course, that specifically this vehicle got, the Outback. Basically, that is much we having pertaining to the safety features that most vehicles are embedded with. And in respect, we were trying to refer to the Land Cruiser V8, Land Cruiser ZX, Land Cruiser V8 TX. So remember, all these are different trims of the Land Cruiser. The TX, the ZX are different trims of the Land Cruiser Prados. So till we meet again in our next video, remember, this is still Max Gamble TV, often a leading YouTube channel that offers you the best of car offers. So suppose you're interested in any vehicle from here, so this will only sell for 3.5 million, and if you got 3.52, you can come for this Toyota Heinz. So if you need a transitive vehicle, as for the case of these, they let me know in the comment section. So there were two, remember, in our previous video for the transit heavy commercial vehicles. There were two. If you're interested in the pricing, the other one has just been sold out and we left out with this. Otherwise, still we meet again. Heinz I've mentioned at 3.5 million. You'd get this to 8 million, you'd get one of these. So there's an amazing product here for both school and tourism business. Okay, that is much we have. Let us stop it for that. Remember to stay subscribed to our channel till we meet again in our next video.